Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. My name is Razial, Iko Cameras. I hope you guys are doing well and you're having a good time. In this video, I want to share with you the cartoons I've been watching for a while. And I do have my own personal favorites that I like to watch and rewatch from time to time. But ever since that time, there have been more cartoons, anime, and movies that I haven't given a try yet. And the fact that YouTube recommendations aren't as great as it used to be, and with other issues as well. So I thought I can share with you the cartoons I watched so far, not just for fun, but also because I like to share some shows that I think it needs a second chance and maybe give you something for you to watch as well if your YouTube recommendations not as great as it used to be as well. And because it is my own backlog that need to be done, and the fact that I love to have something play in the background while I work. Before we start, I want to give a disclaimer. This is not a full or detailed review of the shows that I am sharing with you right now. It is going to be a personal ranking based on my preference, and you should go and watch this show on your own risk. This is a list of cartoons only for now. No anime, no movies, not even live action TV shows. However, if the cartoon I'm watching happened to not fit in with the list, like it happened to be a dubbed anime or CGI or anything close to that, I will let you know because I did not make this list. It's from a website that hosts all cartoons and anime for free, and they do have premiere offer for movies. I think around $3 a month, if I was correct. Sadly, I cannot drop the name of the website because I don't want it to get hit with the MCA, like what happened to the other websites that got the wave of the MCA, if you remember that. I also want to point out if there is ever a new show in the future, I wouldn't add them right away after I already ranked all the cartoons that I watched. They will be added in a new list. Something like new cartoons / anime / movies I need to take a look after I finished my backlog list. And like I said, I love to have something play in the background while I work or just have something to watch in general. And I wanted to get myself to try something new even if it felt like scary or make me nervous. And since it is my first episode for the series, I will start simple, since the first part of the list is short. This episode done well, I'll make the number of the shows go to 20. Maybe 30 if we hit 200 subs. And yes, we did hit 100 subs, and I am drawing the winners with the giveaway I made on Tumblr. Make sure you follow me on there and my other socials as well, so you can get a chance to get into the giveaway as well. The first part of the list starts with numbers, aka numeric list. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 1 on the list is number 1 Happy Family USA. According to the bio,
a Muslim American family must learn how to code switch as they navigate the early 2000s.
I never heard about this show before until I came across it on this list. I remember someone talking about it in a way when they are talking about adult animation shows, but I don't remember who. Anyway, so far they have 8 episodes for now. I'm not sure if they planning for season 2 or they got cancelled, but I started episode 1. It's called Vigil Mourners. And they have this disclaimer on the screen, which is I really appreciate it because it proves to me they actually care. But disclaimer alone won't be enough for my judgment if I like it or not. Before we continue, I want to leave this disclaimer on the screen for anyone who is sensitive about this topic and wish to skip it. I'll leave the timestamp for you to skip this part, but please, if your eyes are away from the screen, please pause the video, read the disclaimer, because after that, it's all on your own risk. I'll give you 2 more minutes before we continue. So far from episode 1, I love how they mix Arabic and English together while they talk. Even if you don't know Arabic, you know exactly what they mean as they talk. It made me smile, to be fully honest with you guys. It is a very nice change for once. I wish more shows can do that as well. Not just shows, anime, movies, books, video games, all of it. I wish there is more unique stuff, Also, if you manage to reach to 5 minutes within the first episode, I'm gonna leave this timestamp on the screen. Why? Don't worry, you will thank me later. I love how the mom of the family is like, I won't change who I am just because of some ignorant people who fear what they don't understand in the whole show, but the dad is a coward. And I did not like episode 3, unfortunately. As for episode 7, I learned a new information and I will leave it on the screen. I'll be fully honest with you. Some of you will find some of it problematic because the fact the main characters are Muslims and have to deal with Islamophobia as the show is trying to be The Simpsons in their own way. However, the ending, it threw me off. I don't know if they actually meant to have like 10 episodes, but they got cancelled on the 8th, or that actually the real ending, which create more questions than answers. If they made new episodes, I might watch them and hopefully they get a proper ending. And if they made new season, I might give it a chance. But I don't know if it's memorable enough for me to rewatch it again at some point. And here is my ranking. It is a fine short show to get a new thing to watch for a short moment. Probably all of them together around an hour and few minutes based on the way I watched and what. The next show is called 100% Wolf, Legend of the Moonstone.
Freddie Lupin would be just like any other ordinary 11-year-old boy, except he is neither ordinary nor simply a boy. He is 11 though, and also a werewolf. Or will be.
What's funny is that this series started after the movie, and I did watch the movie. TLDR, about the story of the movie, it's about a 10-year-old boy who he and his parents are werewolves, and he is trying to get his werewolf form as he grow up. Personally, I thought it would be like Spyro story, but it did not happen. As for his wolf form, he happened to get a dog form instead. The story is fine, but I don't fully remember it. As for the TV series, him, the werewolf students, and the stray dogs team up against the werewolf hunters and the dog catchers, as well as they try to protect the Moonstone. The show have 2 seasons. It's fine, and I do remember I did watch it fully before, but this time it didn't fully catch my attention like before. It's not bad as a show to tone to it. I had to look up the movie again, and it turns out the werewolves are actually heroes. Like I said, it wasn't that memorable, and for some reason I had trouble finding the movie, and I found it on Bilibili, aka the Chinese twin of YouTube. And it turns out there is another movie of the series called 200% Wolf. I don't know if I will ever watch the movie, but if anyone managed to get me a working link with no ads, let me know in the comments down below. And please do not bring up the fact that I can actually rent the movie for $3 on Google Play. This company already got all the money in the world, and I still in the belief of you should own what you already paid even if you don't like it. TLDR, the story of the first movie is the boy want to be just like his parents, but he lost the moonstone brain. The pack blames him for that, and that's why he became a dog. He teamed up with the stray dogs to find the one who stole the stone, and in the end he embraced the dog form he have. And of course he does not let anyone or anything hold him down, and the stray dogs are now part of the pack. The TV series have one of the main characters who's originally a stray dog have a human form. She is still learning how to use her human form in the middle of Werewolf Academy, and yes, the rest of the kids are werewolves themselves. They are gonna fight against werewolf hunters and trying to get the rest of the stone. I guess that's hinting the title as well. But I didn't finish the series because it lost me halfway. And listen, it is not a bad series. If anything, it's better than any AI slop or AI generated stuff. Not to mention they have their own page on fandom, and I did not know it was a thing, so I think that's a big accomplishment. I haven't looked into it, so let me know if you like the series and if you wish there have been more into it or anything like that. And here is my ranking for the whole series, and better luck for them next time. The next show is called 1001 Nights.
Another day at King Shahryar's court, and another problem presents itself. Does Shahryar have a toothache? Is Maymoon borrowing Shahzaman's pistachios? Scheherazade always has a delightful story that will entertain and teach everyone a great lesson. She will often use the court characters in her stories. There are also a number of recurring characters such as Sinbad and Dina, Mujab and Samir and Harun al-Rashid. A red herring is presented in each episode, such as a flying carpet, which leaves room for the stories to continue.
It's a very simple show really, but it has some good stories and life lessons that I don't see it nowadays. It is a good show that lasted 2 seasons. Personally, I think it's way better than any show that tried to catch the attention of your children and have nothing to offer. I have nothing to say, but it is fine, but it didn't catch my interest for so long, and here's my rank for it. The next 2 shows are in the same IP but different series. 101 Dalmatian, classic and modern.
The show focuses primarily on Lucky, Rolly, Cadpig, and Spot the Chicken. Early promotional material listed Dictatorial Penny and Mischievous Patch as 2 other puppy cast members. but the highlighted puppies were whittled down to 3. Other puppies appearing in the show have included the brave 3-legged tripod, Dipstick, the constantly urinating Whizzer, their sister Two-Tone, and Patch. The show seems to be a blending of both the original animated film and the live-action feature, so the potential exists for other puppies from the films to appear, especially Penny, Freckles, Pepper, Jewel, and Fidget. This series follows the lives of Delilah and Doug, descendants of Pongo and Perdita, and their 99 Dalmatian pups at 101 Dalmatian Street, Camden Town.
I do remember the classic 101. It brings such an old nostalgia. Man, the way the animation move and how expressive the faces and the movement of the characters. That's what I wish to do in my animations one day. Anyway, the show is based on Disney's famous IP, 101 Dalmatian. And of course, the original movie is a cult classic. Like any typical 2000 cartoon, it's all about the adventures of the 4 main characters of the show. The show is fun and all, but it didn't fully make me sit down and watch it fully to the end. It's not bad of a show, but I think I had enough share of shows that take places in a farm or a city, especially if it's human/Earth settings. I think it is perfect for new Disney comers and people who would like to relive the nostalgia. And the animation is great. You should give it a go. As for the modern 101 Dalmatian, it is not bad. The intro is catchy, as well as the outro. The animation is fine and it has its own charm. It has the vibe of 2010s, but it catches my attention. Just long enough. I'm surprised they managed to have such many characters with different and unique designs. My favorite so far is the police woman, who is actually a mare, female horse. I'm surprised they managed to make her very angry but also very funny. Also, the settings takes somewhere in Britain, which is very fun place. I love how the mare always look at the pups with that look of I got my eye on you kind of look, and I love her. I love her voice, I love the accent, she's amazing, to be honest. I personally think you should give it a try. The art style is nice, the vibe is nice. Even though it gives the 2010 vibes, it is very unique and you'll be surprised that they have so many characters, and I think you're gonna find your favorite as much as I found mine. Not to mention, I love how they draw the puppies. It's very unique and I think it is perfect for anyone who struggles with anatomy, especially animal anatomy, and you should give it a go. Oh yes, and here is my rank for both of them. The next show is called Toyhou.se Mouse.
Parents need to know that although this animated series, part of Cartoon Network's Adult Swim lineup, features animals and might appear harmless at very first glance, watching for even a few minutes will convince you that this isn't one for the kids. Protagonist Mouse Fitzgerald is an unapologetic alcoholic who doesn't follow rules, and the other characters in his world aren't much better. Toss in some bathroom humor. In one episode, a character relieves himself in a car, filling it to the roof with urine, and violence. A pig's throat is cut, and the animal is gutted, and you get the idea.
I wish I can explain what it is, but the truth is I don't remember much about it other than the fact that this won't be everyone's type. The animation is simple and it might look friendly, but it is Adult Swim like kind of show. despite the fact that it is less than 10 minutes long for each episode. I had to look up the explanation of the series itself, but even I did not get it. It is short, but it has its own niche, and I think very few might like it. Sadly, this will be my rank for it. The next show is called 16 Hudson.
Welcome to 16 Hudson, a charming apartment building where you can always find a friendly face. Follow the adventures of these little neighbors who treasure each other's similarities and differences.
It's a cute show, it's simple, and I can see my future kids watching it with a smile on their faces. It has your typical stories and lessons to teach, which is not bad. It's not bad of a show, and sadly I'm not the target audience for it, and this is my rank for it. Personally, I think it's way better than AI slop, to be honest with you. The next show is called Two Stupid Dogs. And yes, that's actually the name of the show.
Two Stupid Dogs follows the lives of two dogs, the overly excited little dog, the Dachshund, and easy-paced big dog, Brad Garrett from Till Death and Everybody Loves Raymond, the sheepdog. These crazy canines don't know how to fit in the world, and they definitely don't have any know-how. They often find themselves in commonplace situations, going to the drive-in, walking through the mall, working on the farm, some not-so-common situations, stuck on a space shuttle, a contestant on a game show, getting mistaken for the Prime Minister, and even in some familiar situations, Little Red Riding Hood, Noah's Ark, and Hansel and Gretel. But no matter the situation, their stupidity usually leads them to calamitous results. The show also featured various returning characters. Hollywood was a big burly man who is always saying, "Well, isn't that cute?" But it's wrong. Red as the little girl from the Red Riding Hood story on her way to Granny's house. Cubby is the nerdy guy who is very passionate about whatever occupation he works at. And finally Kenny, the neurotic school child who's afraid of everything and is always nervous. Each episode included two 10-minute episodes of Two Stupid Dogs and one episode of Secret Squirrel shown between the two. Two Stupid Dogs first aired in September of 1993 and last aired in January of 1995. Two Stupid Dogs and all related characters and elements are trademarks of Hanna-Barbera. Two Stupid Dogs is now airing Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. and a repeat airing at 5:50 p.m. on Boomerang, Channel 297, DirecTV. There are also airings on Saturday and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. that are different from the episodes aired during the week. Start times on Saturdays sometimes vary by 5 to 10 minutes.
As much as I want to explain what it is, I just remember it doesn't catch my attention that much. And it was so yappy than doing an actual, actions. I tried to watch it again, but I chose to let it be for now, and this is my ranking for it. The next show is called 2D TV.
Animated sketches satirizing the major news stories of the week.
And it's filled with animated real people from real life. And I honestly just rolled my eyes so hard I feel the ick. Sadly, I cannot finish it. I just didn't finish it from the first 5 minutes. And I have to call it quits for the sake of my insanity. And here is my rank for it. And trust me, if you are not a someone who likes political stuff, ignore this show completely. The next show is called Three Amigonauts.
Going where no goofballs have gone before. Set in Earth's far-flung future, the Three Amigonauts follows three lovably reckless pals who attend the solar system's most prestigious space academy and supersize the smallest tasks into madcap intergalactic adventures.
I sadly had to go nope at the first episode after the very close-up of the pink eye. It is so gross and I didn't want to give it a try at all. And here is my rank. The next show is called 321 Penguins.
Follow Jason and Michelle and their 4 penguin friends on their many space-traveling adventures. Together, they explore the galaxy and learn many important values and lessons along the way.
And it's about penguins in space, which I don't see that often. It's a 3D animated show, and again, I'm not the age group target. It is fine of a show, and I don't think I will watch it again. And here is my rank. The next show is called 3 South.
3 South was a short-lived cartoon on MTV. The show focused on 2 lifelong friends, Sanford and Dell, and their adventures at the fictional Barder College. With the exception of their roommate Joe, everyone on campus is incredibly stupid and inept. Nonetheless, the idiotic, irresponsible, and thoughtless Sanford and Dell are portrayed as the series' heroes.
I wasn't sure how to react to it. It gave me a lot of mixed signals. I wasn't sure if it tried to be like The Simpsons or South Park or any of the other shows that in that niche, but it felt like more of a MTV-like show than anything. Sadly, I had to skip it as well, and this is my ranking. The next show is called 3 Below Tales of Arcadia.
2 royal extraterrestrial siblings, Crown Princess Adja and Crown Prince Krell of House Taron, their dog-like pet named Lug, and their bodyguard, Varvatos Vex, escape from their home planet of Acaridian 5 after a coup and crash land on Earth, specifically in the city of Arcadia Oaks, California. There, the aliens adjust to human culture and try to fix their spaceship, as well as to restore their nearly dead parents King Philcove and Queen Coranda, to return and take back Acaridian 5, which is being taken over by an evil dictator known as General Val Mirando, who has already sent out a team of intergalactic bounty hunters, called the Zeran Brotherhood, to find and catch the alien prince and princess. After investigating a way to stop Val Mirando and find the hiding place of Adja and Krell, Zadra, one of the noble protectors of the royals from Acaridian 5, arrives on Earth. Meanwhile, after learning of his involvement in Mirando's coup, Adja and Krell decide to exile Vex. During his exile, Vex is captured by the Zeran Brotherhood and imprisoned at a bounty hunter outpost located on Earth's moon. In Season 2, Adja and Krell learn of his capture and launch a rescue mission. Soon after the rescue, however, the gang discovers that Mirando is heading for Earth. After successfully defeating him, Adja, now Queen, Vex, Zadra, Lug and the rest finally return home, joined by Eli, who has volunteered to be Earth's ambassador on Acaridian 5. Crown Prince Krell decides that Earth has become his home and decides to stay with his new human best friends.
I do remember watching the first few episodes, and sadly it did not catch my attention for long. It is the stereotypical of, oh no, we are the aliens from another planet and we need to learn how to be human. We need to learn how they act and behave so we do not get caught. There is more to the plot of the show, but the trope that been used is just make me roll my eye because unfortunately there have been other shows that use the same trope and I'm like, ugh, not this again. Like, I remember there is some screenshots and clips that there is more going on, but the first few episodes just, it didn't catch my attention. I just couldn't. The show isn't bad, the animation is good, plus it is on Netflix, so I think you still can find it, and here is my rank for it. Next show is called 50-50 Heroes.
Mo and Sam, who are half-siblings, found out that they had inherited superpowers from their great-great-great-grandmother who had a fling with a superhero many years ago.
It is a fun idea of a show. It is clear it's targeting a younger audience. I watched only the first few episodes and I already skipped it. I realized how many of these shows always start with gross humor. It's always about the first episode, I don't know why. Anyway, the first episode is about the boy who is having pimples problems and he is spreading around like it giving it to other kids. It's weird and gross. Look, the animation is good and I'm pretty sure there is more, but the first episode just grossed me out. I'm sorry, I just hate pimples so much. And this is my rank. The next show is called 64 Zoo Lane.
The series follows a 7-year-old girl named Lucy who lives next door to a zoo at 64 Zoo Lane. Each night, she is told a story by the animals. Characters include Georgina the giraffe, Nelson the elephant, Tickles and Giggles the monkeys, Boris the bear, and Molly the hippopotamus. The cartoon emphasizes friendship and responsibility. At the story's end, friendly morals are discussed. Then bedtime is declared. Georgina deposits Lucy into bed via the bedroom window. Later episodes show Lucy yawning and then sleeping soundly in bed. In the original episode, she would be lulled to sleep by the storytelling itself. This has shown on CBBC, CBeebies, and CBeebies Bedtime Hour, Noggin, ABC for Kids, and lots more opportunities for learning. Exploring language and vocabulary are enhanced by the use of intonation and expression in the characters' voices, and the themes of the animal stories support social and emotional issues, including friendships and helping and caring for others. The creator of the TV series, and Rombor, also wrote and illustrated 664 Zoo Lane picture books based on stories from the TV series.
It brings some wholesome memories, man. I used to watch it when I was younger, and surprisingly, I still remember the theme song, even though it's been years. The art style is so cute, and it's like from children's storybook for story time, bedtime and whatnot, which is fitting because the show itself, it's basically story time before bedtime. Like I just explained, of course. I am so confused at why there is supernatural tag, despite the fact it's for younger audience, and I think I might watch it with my future children or when I babysit. And here is my rank for it. The next show is called 16. Yes, it is 6, then teen. Like, wow.
16 is an animated sitcom for children, preteens, and teenagers. The plots take place almost entirely in a gigantic shopping mall. The mall could be based on any big mall in Canada, and some fans suspect West Edmonton Mall in Edmonton, Alberta, but as there are frequent references to the Toronto Maple Leafs hockey team and none for the Edmonton Oilers, Ontario is more likely. The series follows the cast of 6 16-year-old friends in their first part-time jobs and teenage lives.
Anyway, I remember watching the first episode and sadly I couldn't go past it. It's about teens in a mall, which is almost in so many 2000 cartoons. Like, bruh, the trope has been used so many times. It feels like it became part of my life and it's so annoying. I really tried to watch past the episode 1, but I had to accept defeat and pass it. And this is my rank for it. The next show is called 7 Bears.
Forget the 7 dwarfs. Here come the 7 bears. This lovable pack of furballs is putting a fuzzy twist on the classic fairy tales you thought you knew.
I didn't know it is Netflix original at first. It looks high quality animation, but it's like fairy tale crossover and have some kind of wacky adventures. It is of course for kids, and I couldn't continue watching it. Also, it feels like they are trying to be like Shrek but for kids, and it didn't catch my attention unfortunately, and I had to skip it. And here's my rank for it. And that's it. This is the list for now. And I'm very sorry it took forever until it made, but here it is. And yes, there is more I will add in the future. I wish I have added more in this episode, but I think I'm gonna leave it for the next shows in the next episode, hopefully. I know I did not add more like in the end, and I kind of like skipped through it because the last few shows just didn't feel like they are catching my attention. Despite the fact that I know I'm not the target audience, I feel like they just, I don't know, it just swoosh above my head. And despite it was downhill from there, I know there is going to be other shows that gonna impress me and catch my attention. Like I said, the list is so long and it will take a very long time before we even get to the middle of the list. And not to mention, there is also a very high chance there will be other shows that will be added in the list later, of course, like I said in the beginning. I just hope the shows that I shared with you guys are interesting for you to watch, and maybe you can give it a chance one day when you feel bored or you wish you can watch something. Hopefully in the next episode for this series there will be more shows for you to watch and maybe more interesting than what we have on the list right now. Until next time, ma sama, bye bye, be safe out there and take care.